April 19th. Jews demand signs and Greeks look for wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and foolishness to Gentiles, but to those whom God has called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. 1 Corinthians 1:22-24. I don't think that if any of us were God, we would have used the cross as our method and message of salvation. A crucified Messiah really makes no sense if we are honest. That broken body on the cross is the very epitome of weakness. The Creator surrendering himself to the wickedness of his creation is utter foolishness. The Jews were looking for a Messiah who would be conqueror and king, one who would perform miraculous signs to demonstrate to the whole world his greatness. To them, the fact that Jesus was crucified actually disproved his claims to being the Messiah, leave alone the Son of God. And so, Christ crucified became a stumbling block to them. The root word for stumbling block is the same as that for scandal. They were scandalized. They took offense at the notion of the Messiah on a cross. What about us? Does the cross and its implications offend us? How do we feel about the command to deny ourselves, to take up our cross daily and follow Jesus? Does what he asks us to do, example, forgive someone who has hurt us deeply, offend us? The Greeks, on the other hand, were looking for a Messiah who would be a great orator and impart sophisticated wisdom. Now, Jesus undoubtedly spoke with great power and authority, and his teaching is the wisest of all time. But he didn't meet their qualifications, even less so his disciples. Barclay writes, "The Greeks were intoxicated with fine words, and to them the Christian preacher, with his blunt message, seemed a crude and uncultured figure, to be laughed at and ridiculed, rather than to be listened to and respected." What about us? Does the message of the cross offend our intellect? Do the teachings of Jesus clash with our sense of what is prudent and sensible? Do we, in our pride and independence, prefer to judge Jesus' words rather than submit to them? Paul was a learned Jew, brought up in the upper strata of Greek society. The cross would have seemed weakness and foolishness to him as well, until he encountered the risen Christ. If you're struggling in this area, if Jesus and his cross offend you, why not ask God to reveal afresh to you his power and wisdom? He surely will. Today's prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you that you are the power and wisdom of God.